Hello, people. I am Linda Kay Gifford. I am a self-love specialist. That's what everyone says. I love myself. That's all I mean. I'm not a self-love specialist. But I finally love myself. And I just find that I have something to say. I have a lot of things to say. I am a long-term survivor. A long-term survivor. Yes, I am a long-term survivor of long-term childhood sexual abuse. And this is my second live stream. Also unplanned as the first one was a couple days ago. But it has come to my attention that people don't understand who our vaginas belong to. And so I just want to spell it out for you. Okay? Okay? If you don't know this already, women, ladies, girls, your vagina belongs to you and nobody else but you. It's ridiculous. So I feel I crossed the line, and I actually just deleted a post. I feel I crossed the line, but I also am not sure if I crossed the line, and I should maybe apologize, but I don't know if I want to apologize. And I'm guessing a lot of you are in the same position. That's why I'm speaking so incoherently. Because a lot of you are feeling these same incoherent thoughts right now about, I love this person, but they're an ass. This is my family member I practically helped raise at one point, and now I am saying you're in the list of people I refuse to care about in the future because you're trying to destroy human rights and democracy, which I take very seriously. And then they've got the people telling me it's opinions. It's opinions. You have to allow everyone, and I'm the bad guy because I'm not allowing you your opinion. I'm not allowing you your opinion. Here's the deal. And this is the big divide we keep coming, we find ourselves at, like, you'd love that, wouldn't you, haters? Keep going. No, not gonna happen. Because I love myself. It took me a long time to get there, and now I'm just trying to spread the love. I'm trying to spread the love. Today I did something that was hateful, and I know this, and I only know this because I went to church on Sunday online with Pastor Chuck Goodman, Pastor Chuck Goodman of the Hope Presbyterian Church here in Springfield. And I need Lana, I haven't seen yours. Pastor Chuck is also married to Reverend Lana, and I watch both their services. But Pastor Chuck, it wasn't even Sunday, it was the Friday one. He made me feel like I should forgive. And I haven't felt forgiveness lately. I have gotten so far from forgiveness, I am so angry. And today I feel like I verbally attacked. I did. Sorry, you know who you are and your wife. But here's the deal. I have very strong feelings about young girls and sex and men who have sex with young girls. And anyway, your situation was different. I overstepped, and I'm sorry. But I'm on here to tell girls and women that no man owns your vagina. No father owns your vagina. In fact, if your daddy talks to you about your vajayjay, your vagina, what you should do with it now or in the future, your father's a sicko. That's sick. Sicko, weird behavior. Fathers don't care about their daughters' vajayjays. Not fathers who aren't religious zealots or something. So, I want to explain to you some of the ways to back what I'm saying, because some people are like, oh, no, even mothers, oh, no, it's daddy's looking out for her, we're looking out for her, whatever, we want to make sure she's safe, we want to make sure she's protected, we want to make sure she's not ruined, and that's where you're going wrong. Girls should choose what they do sexually. They should awaken sexually on their own terms. Most people do not want to be promiscuous. You raise your children right, they're not going to end up promiscuous anyway. I have 3 children and none of them are promiscuous at all. They are very aware. They were raised by me with the expectation when they were younger that they consider themselves bisexual until you're not. Do not discount half the human race based on what's in their pants. Look for what is real, feel what is real. And I opened this pathway, and I have 3 happy children and secure in their sexuality, all of them. And that's more than I can say about myself, and that's more than I can say about a lot of you, and that is the problem. We're leaning. So, basically, I'm done being nice. And I do apologize for my comments getting personal earlier into your own life. But I do, my point stands. I think it's sick. A society that considers anybody in their late teens, early 20s as marriable. You know, I'm welcoming comments on this because a lot of people don't agree. A lot of people got married young, had children young. I feel that with free higher education for all, we all have an equalized opportunity, and that people need to step out into the world and see. I mean, yeah, you can be a welder in 9 months and make a better income than if you go to school and get student loans. But how about if you didn't have student loans? How about if that welder goes to school and says, you know, maybe I'm an artist. Maybe I want to weld something more socially conscious. Or maybe he says, I love welding, but sure glad I got to go to school and see if I wanted to, like, you know, just experience. School, higher education isn't about an income. That's where we're going wrong. Back from the beginning of higher education, and it's always been the wealthy that could afford it. They could send their sons, initially, well, for most of the time, only sons, and in very recent history, daughters, to higher education. So wouldn't it be a beautiful thing to provide higher education to everyone in society? And if you think that that is not a right, then I think you're indecent, disgusting, and I don't think it's an opinion. And that's where I get in fights with people too. So next point I'm coming to. What flavor? Oh, peach. Peach seltzer. Oops. Actually, we were waiting a COVID test. I have to take my son. My son has 102.5 fever. It's been shooting up all day. We're going in for a COVID test we've just been waiting for pretty soon. But I just had to get this out. Because when young people are encouraged to have a child when they are, before they've seen anything of life, before they've learned who they are, before they've studied to see what they want to be, you take away choices. You limit their choices. So yeah, I have a problem with men who are older, because this happened to me, but for me, it wasn't like just someone like like his wife, who also was a victim, closer in age, but still a victim. When someone's a teenager and someone is 6 or 7 years older than you, you're the victim. It's ridiculous. Things equalize when we all get to be grown-ups. But when you're a child, someone preys on you, and you don't know that you have other options. So all I'm saying is, if a person makes the decision, I do not want a child right now, then you have to get your religion out of it. Because that's religion. Separation of church and state is what this Constitution you say you care about so much clearly was designed to protect. The separation of church and state. And it is church to tell a person that a seed in their body, and it's a seed, just like this tree needs, it doesn't make viable fruit without being impregnated by spores from, or not spores, that's a mushroom, but by the stuff. Seeds. People are also seeds. You think we're so special. Oh, humans are so special, and that's where you go wrong. Everything has a soul. I don't think my soul is any more important than that blade of grass's, just because I cannot contemplate that blade of grass's soul. And you know what? I might say, screw you, blade of grass, and mow you because you're in my way. But I do try to be conscious of the fact that everything and everybody has a different experience, a different type of consciousness, different needs. And I do not understand people who try to pin, it's the word I'm looking for, who try to tell a person, they look at it from their own perspective. Here's what I need based on my religion, my thoughts, how I grew up, blah, blah. And so that is right for you too. Just get over it. It's not like that. If it was, we wouldn't have a planet full of different types of peoples. So obviously we should get along. Obviously we're not going to agree on everything. But one thing we can agree on, one thing you must agree on, is that I own my body. You own your body. My vagina belongs to me. And your daughter's vagina belongs to your daughter, not you. Oh, you know what? My not next, but included in my current fight, I am now going after purity balls. I am going after purity balls. I'm asking for people who would like to contribute. If you would like to go Antifa with me on purity balls, I would like you to please send me any notification of where they are happening, who's having them, where, when. We are now going to disrupt purity balls across this country. It is sickening. It is disgusting. These people, it happens in evangelical circles, and it also happens, oddly enough, not so oddly is it, in wealthy circles. They actually have balls where their daughters pledge their chastity to their fathers. And their fathers have to approve of their future husband. And the daughters, then they take pictures. They're like wedding pictures with fancy clothes. And they like to have the daughter in the father's arms. And he's holding her and he's kissing her. Some of them, they're even kissing on the lips. Look at my page, Linda Kay Gifford - self-talk - my continuing efforts to survive childhood sexual abuse. You may be on it now. This may be on another source, but that's the page. This is only my second live stream, so it's not like I'm good at this. I just have things to say. I am healing from my own abuse. I was used as a mistress to a perverted adult, and yes, the older I get, the more I see how it's everywhere. We're still doing it, and women, you're doing it. Women, you're shaming your daughters. Shaming your daughters into silence, and that's disgusting. It's disgusting. How about that Supreme Court? Oh my God, we have a Supreme Court. It's like, I don't know, it's like something out of The Handmaid's Tale. It's like the precursor to The Handmaid's Tale. This is how it all got going. We get a barbaric, brainwashed woman with an education, and here's the deal. They're like, oh no, she's educated, he's educated, that's a doctor, so their opinion matters. It's like, no, it doesn't. There's, as I said before, I'm going to go back to the top. There is no such thing as an opinion when it comes to other people's way of life, human rights, right to love, right to eat, right to education, right to marry whom they want, right to equal health care. Why should my grandmother, who's dead, but you get the idea, why should she receive less care or a lesser amount of quality care or even access to experimental things? Why than someone with wealth? Why? It makes no sense. And if you think it makes sense, then I don't think you have an opinion. I think you're a worthless piece of shit human being. I will fight you. I will. That's why I was telling my friend, not friend anymore today. It's like, I'm so tired of people trying to tell me that they can have an opinion where human rights are concerned. No. The very fact that you think that you can have an opinion on rights shows you don't understand what rights are. Rights are saying this is fundamental, and no matter what your opinion is, you cannot take these rights away from me. Rights are supposed to be protected, untouched. Rights, basic human rights, are the foundation of law and order and peace and tranquility and life and liberty of the goddamn pursuit of happiness. Aren't they? So how can you tell me that you can have an opinion about who gets what rights? But think about the flip side. How nice would it be if you just chilled and realized no one has abortions if they're not in a desperate situation? They don't. No one uses abortion as a method of birth control. I've had one and it's not fun. It's not fun. It's, there's a lot better ways to have birth control. There are. Which I was on when I got pregnant. So don't call me irresponsible either. Shit happens. I made the choice to bring children into the world at the time that was right for me, and I felt them. And you know what? You can disagree. That is your right. But your right does not give you power over me. Your right does not make me wrong. We are different. So, I just want you, as I said in a meme I made today, when you have a vagina or a womb, and you can have an opinion. We can have an opinion. We can have a discussion. If you're a woman, we can have a discussion now. If you're a man, don't even come to me, because you do not have the equipment. You do not have the chamber. You do not have anything that matters to me any more than me going in and try to cut something out of your balls. You know what? There's a lot of you I would like to castrate, and there's a lot of you I would think should be what's the neutered? That's wrong term, but you get what I mean. But you know what? I don't think I have the right to do that. I don't think I have the right to do that. But you think you have the right to do that to women. You think you have the right to force women to have your children. You know what? I'm going to stand by this too. I'm going to get troubled. I know a lot of, I'm going to guess, I'm going to say better. I'm going to say better than a third. And I'm thinking 50. And I'm thinking more. But I'm going to say a third to not provoke extreme duress. I'm thinking at least a third to half of you would not be married, you redneck, asshole, evangelist pricks, if you didn't knock somebody up. And then you ask for forgiveness. And then if your wife, and that's the cheating thing. They can all cheat. They can do whatever, because you know who's the bad guy? The bad guy's the one that didn't forgive. Well, forgiveness is overrated. And that is a chapter in my book, Self-Talk, that you should read. Forgiveness is overrated. I was raised in Christian churches, but by parents who also exposed me to all religions. And I see the good. And I draw from the spirituality that is the common force in all of them. And that is my life and my religion. And I listen to people from various faiths because it gives me food for thought. Sometimes I'm agreeing, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I think they're a lunatic, but you need to hear it all. But what it comes down to is, you are not righteous because you stand on things told to you. You are righteous if your heart has sought to understand everyone and everything and come to a conclusion that makes sense for all of it. If your inner thoughts match up with the outer world of different types of beings, different types of religions, you're on the right track. Yay for you. If you're not, then your religion is teaching you hate, and that is anti-religion. Well, it's not anti-religion, it's anti-spirit. That's what religion is all about. That's why I have problems with religions. And even though people know I broadcast 1 to 2 church services a week, sometimes 3, with friends of mine's churches, it's because of who they are and what they have to say within their religion. It's not their religion that I'm listening to and broadcasting to you, it's their spirit. And I find good spirit amongst Presbyterians and Catholics and Muslims and Mayans and Buddhists and Hindus and the rest of y'all. And if you don't find that good spirit in other people, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But I think you should try. I think you should reread your own texts and see that there's nowhere in the Jesus, okay, there's all kinds of terrible shit in the Bible, but in Jesus's actual teachings, people are always referred to on a global level. Inclusion is always global. It's always all peoples together. The Psalms, you go through the creeds. This is what I was, Chuck Goodman's sermon on Friday. It wasn't a sermon, but his talk on Friday, which I should post for you. I did actually, I think, post for you. Talks about the creeds, and I'd never thought about them before Sunday. And that's when I got mad at myself, and I went, damn it. I've really gotten, like many of you, I'm just at the point of like, I'm done. I'll never forgive. Chuck gave me a glimpse in his, what the church believes, a glimpse of maybe trying to forgive. I'm not there yet, though. But I am trying. And for that reason, I deleted that post. But I reiterate, your vagina belongs to you, not your father, not your husband. Just like your vote belongs to you. That's another thing all about these men bragging, I've got 2 votes. And the man's the head of the household. The women must submit. If you're in that kind of a relationship, get out. You're brainwashed. It's a cult. It's a cult. It's not a religion. It's not an opinion. It's not okay. It doesn't make you just a great mother. It means you're controlled by a man. Get out. So take your vagina and run and do what you want with it. Girls, and I'm going to get hurt, but I'm saying Muslim girls too. Your vagina belongs to you. If you don't go out and experience and learn what you love in life and what you love in sexual expression, do you want to be married to someone that you may not click with? Do you want to be having sex with one person that you do not like to have sex with? It's ridiculous. That's religious dogma. Reject it. Accept spirit. I'm not telling anyone to be promiscuous. I would never involve myself with something I didn't feel in my heart. I'm not saying girls go out and fuck everybody because your loins are twinging. No, I'm not. I'm saying your decisions are your own, and this is something I am just learning at my age. 3 marriages, 3 divorces, 3 children, and I am just learning this. That from now on, my needs and my pleasure are going to matter, and the person that I'm going to want from now on to take care of, to the person whose needs are going to thrill me is also going to be thrilled by mine. And you need to do that too. Don't accept bullshit. Don't accept dogma. Don't accept brainwashed religion. Basically, if you're not having regular orgasms, you need a new man or woman or whatever. I'm saying. Because your vagina belongs to you. And if you're young, you don't need any orgasms there. Just masturbate. It's great. If you didn't learn how to. Because you can't get pregnant that way. It's very fulfilling. And you'll still have the opportunity to choose what you want down the line without being so sexually distraught that you'll like just do it. And see, people don't think women are like that, but we are too. Girls, young girls too. They want to get laid every much as a boy does because we are human. So maybe teaching women that self-pleasure and self-care is important would also help them keep their vajayjay in their pants. But like I said, you do what you want with your vajayjay. You just make sure it's not your dad's or your fiance's or your whatever's decision. It's yours. It belongs to you. Okay? Nobody who does not have a womb can tell you what to do with yours either. And on that note, I'm going to go take my child to get a COVID test because his fever is over 102 right now. So, please, this is my second live stream on self-talk. As usual, I repeat, I don't know what I'm doing. I just want you to know things, and I want to learn about things, and talking it out with you helps. And almost everything I've written in my book comes out of talking with people in my messenger threads. So, You can join the group, but I know you probably won't because nobody wants to talk about this stuff outright. But message me on Messenger, and I will get back to you. I also have a business to run. I have, if you don't know, feelgoodfairtrade.com. Someone said I should plug that on here, and I'm like, I didn't really want to involve the two. Self-talking, my book, which is nearing publication, and these live streams are going to be coming more regularly from now on. When I think it, I'm just going to do it because I broke the ice. It took me a long time to make that first one a couple days ago, but now obviously I have something to say. And if you do, please tell me where you're at. Are you a survivor? Are you a victim? Are you in need of help? Do you support somebody? Are you an educator or a social worker? Can you help me? Can I help you? We're going to get this thing going on. Oh, and I also bought thosenastywomen.com, which I still haven't done anything with, but I'm working on it. thosenastywomen.com. Give me your thoughts on what I should do with it. Thanks.